is whistling just like me. It's across the street. They keep doing it over and over and over. And I was sitting here laughing, so I decided to go live. I'm gonna see if I can't get him to do it again. Hold on a second. Do you hear how close they are? Guys, it's no more than 50 feet away from me. Are you hearing this? Is anybody hearing the walking besides me? Gosh. Sounds like banshees. Coyotes. Listen for the deeper one behind it. Okay, so before they get real active, because it's about time for them to get active, who all's here? Oh yeah, they do clicking all the time, Asher. That's why I always go, because that's what they do. Hey, Clay. So I have Clay, Asher, Laura, Cher. Who else is here? Ramona. You're adorable. Did you hear the pop? Did you hear the mouth pop? I wish I could do that. Hi, Tracy. Tony. Well, who took their bikes from them? Wasn't very nice. Michael. Nice little house. No, but the whole pile of leaves that were all put up in the front were all over the front yard. I meant to go over and take pictures of it because I could see it from up here, but I was too sick. Well, my stomach was really hurting. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Boy, somebody wants to play tonight, huh? No, don't worry about it. I'll either get healed or it'll kill me, one of the two. I ain't gonna worry about it. You have good days and bad days. At least the only thing that bothers me is my stomach, so it could be worse. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Just letting you know why I don't do certain things. Sure, it's one thing if you go out and you put them apples out and say, here, this is a gift for you. Hold on, Tony, I'll answer that in a minute. It's one thing if you go out and if you put some apples out here and say, here, this is a gift from me to you, and then that's it. But if you do apples all the time, that's like habituating gifting, and that's dangerous. But to go out and tell them, here, this is a gift for you, that's not gonna do any damage. As long as it's not something you do all the time. I just don't want anybody. I made a mistake of that last live chat of saying that I'd rather feed my kids, and I got inundated with people contacting me thinking I was starving to death, you know, and it broke my heart because, you know, nobody out there is wealthy. I mean, we all struggle, but I don't usually say things like that online, and I don't know what made me do it, but it just came out, and I mean, I cried for days. My job here is to help people, not for people to, and it's not pride. It's not, I don't want people contacting me and saying, oh my gosh, you need help, let me help you. I just don't want to do that. You know, I believe the Lord will take care of me, and I don't know. Here I go again explaining stuff. But it's just the way it is, and it's just the type of person I am. I'd much rather help somebody else. And yeah, I'd not buy a FLIR or something like that to feed another family. That's, I don't, you know, I mean, guys, I can't explain myself. Just ignore me. Anyway, what'd you say again, Tony? Now I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I hear you out there. Yeah, family's always first. Family and then friends. Well, it's God, family, and friends. But this is definitely a small juvenile because it's imitating stuff that I do, but it's not real loud, which means it's a pretty small juvenile. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know if I want to do that or not, Tony. I don't know if I want to leave anything out there. I think the way it's going right now is something I'd prefer to do for a while. Where share what videos? Here in Arkansas or the videos in Oklahoma? And the difference is these here in Arkansas are only at night. I showed one daytime video, but they're only black screen like this. All the rest of them are on the property in Oklahoma. You've seen red eye shine? Yeah, red. They're not too happy if they're red. Amen, Tracy. That's exactly what I think. Oh yeah, yeah, we know about that. Most of the time, it's they're white or they're little yellowish, or you know, even the blue eye shine. But I haven't seen red yet. Red means they're not very happy, and I wouldn't doubt it. Some nights I wouldn't doubt it. Just timestamp them for me, share it. I'll go back and look at them, but I don't go back and watch my videos. The only time I'll ever go back is when I'm looking for something specific. I mean, who likes to listen to their own voice? I can hear you walking out there. I'm sorry, but I had to turn the phone sideways because it's the only way I can keep it up. Okay, share. I don't think my voice sounds like me either, but you know. Sounds like geese. Ducks. No, I didn't share. Oh no. I love to hear people laugh. I don't care what their laugh sounds like. I just love to hear people laugh. What blink? Are you talking about the little teeny light above the bright light at the bottom, Cher? Hey, Barry. Who are you talking about? Up on the very, very top? Oh, I don't either, Laura. I don't like my voice either. Everybody tells me I put people to sleep. Well, the driveway is in front of that little teeny light. Or are you talking about the driveway across the street? Hey, Melody. How are you? You're here. Thank you. Share what you can do is go back to my daytime video, just a couple of them back, and you'll see exactly what you're looking at through this window. It'll give you a better idea of the depth and the length. It'll let you see what you're seeing at night, but during the day. I think it's only like a 3-minute video or something. I know it's really short. Yeah, I know. I wish I could turn this light off. I put a bucket on it once, and then I tried to put a... Well, I know I can go down and put a jacket on it, but... Honestly, I'm in... sleeping clothes. I don't want to run outside and... enough said. Oh, good. Okay. I keep getting eye shine across the street, but all the way to the right. Yeah, it makes all the difference when you can see it during the day. Dang it, maybe I shouldn't have gone live. Maybe I should have just sat here. Oh, I don't know, but everybody else laughed. Everybody else thought was funny. My son was like, Mom, why is there a bucket on the lamppost? I said, better to see with. I'd much rather have it dark. Oh, my husband went to bed. It's 10 to 1 in about an hour. He's going to get up and text me and say, I'm up. Oh yeah, sure, that's normal. It's my husband's a knower now too, but it doesn't mean he wants anything to do with it. And yeah, my mistake was I used to play this game. Well, I still play it, but it's called Totem Tribe. And so I got him to play it, and now he's addicted to it. So he actually said, I got to go to bed early because I got a war tomorrow morning. He set his alarm on his phone so he could play. Tell me that's not funny. The guy's 77 years old, and he's playing video games. It's hysterical. Well, they went awful quiet, didn't they? That little whistle across the street again. It used to be that way for me too, Ramona, because I work nights in the hospital. My husband's a salesman, so he worked during the day. They do that clicking back and forth, and it's usually the small ones that do the clicking. Here, just here. I'm not saying all of them, I'm not saying everywhere. But usually it's the younger ones that do the clicking here. And I really think it's a locator. Yeah, my husband was in the, my husband was in the Navy. Who's got headphones on? Any idea what that noise was? Yeah, I wish I could wear headphones with this stupid phone. I can't. Irritates me. Yeah, I don't know what it was, Melody. I just heard a really weird noise. Can't place it. Well, it's just about time for them to... I don't have any idea. Just about time for them to start come up and play anyway, so... I wonder if my headphones would fit in the port on this phone. I'm gonna go get them and try. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Ouch. Ow. Ow. You couldn't hear it? It was it was like a shuffle noise, I think, and I wasn't sure what it was. I'm gonna put these on and see if I can't use these. First I gotta find the stupid port. Here's the one for the audio. audio for the video. Where is it? Is it on top? Is it on bottom? I don't even know where this stupid thing is. Hold on. I know there's got to be a jack here somewhere for the audio. I should turn the light on. I don't know where it's at. Damn it. Be a technical dummy. Anybody else have an iPhone? It's because I moved it around. Sorry. If somebody else had a... Oh, maybe I can look at it with my lighter. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Don't look. Hey, Quinn. Portals. Nope, that's just Dummy D. Well, there you are. I don't think it was rocks. Well, he didn't say anything. The pile of rock bags were still there. But all the piles of leaves in the front yard were everywhere. I mean, absolutely everywhere. So he was out there with a blower the next day, blowing them back into piles. So I was kind of hoping, because he didn't burn them. So I was kind of hoping that, you know, they played them again. That would be so funny. I can't wait. Because he's got them all in nice, little, neat piles now. So if they played them tonight and they're all over the place, he's going to be so mad. He used to just till them. I mean, not till them. He used to just mulch them back into the yard, but he doesn't do that anymore. Now he puts them in piles and burns them. 'Cause my husband used to do that. Oh, I can. I don't jump in the leaves around here because of the scorpions. And the copperheads and bull ants and fire ants and what was that? I heard that. When come on, babies. Are you guys gonna come play? It's okay. Come on. You guys would have been laughing like crazy yesterday. My daughter-in-law was sitting up here and we were talking, and she was telling me about some of the nights and some of the stuff that's happened next door that I didn't know anything about. Like my grandson got up and ran from his bedroom into Mom and Dad's room because he said something jumped. I have a porch on the back next door, and it's only from the bottom of the porch, or from where you walk on, to the ground. It's only about, 3 feet maybe. Anyways, he said, you know how kids, they'll get on the railing and they'll jump off the railing onto the porch? He said they did that. There's a door that goes right out his bedroom, to the back porch. And he said something jumped and it shook, and he jumped up and ran into his parents' room because it scared him so bad. He said it was about 2:30 in the morning, so my son come up and he run outside out back, and he said he didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. So he went back in the house, and then my daughter-in-law said, she goes, you don't know how many times I've gotten up, and she said, and I've got the most overwhelming fear, like something's watching me through the windows. And so I said, why don't you ever go outside? She said, oh, heck no. She goes, that hairy thing's out there. And I said, what? And she said, she goes, the Bigfoot thing. And I said, how do you know it's out there? She goes, are you kidding me? She goes, that's all the kids talk about is Bigfoot, because every one of them has either heard something or seen something outside. And so now, if I was to take you next door, I promise you, my son would be sitting down playing his game, and all the kids would be laid up on the couch, sound asleep behind Daddy, because they don't want to sleep in their rooms. Poor kids. And he says, and my son says, it's because he knows they come to the windows, and they look in the windows, and it scares the grandkids. So I said, just keep all the blinds closed, that way you won't see them. But I'm giggling. I mean, I know it's not funny, but I'm giggling because they get pretty bold. They'll go right up to the windows. I heard that. But my daughter-in-law came to the window and then jumped back, and she said, can you feel them? And I said, yeah. She goes, well, maybe that's that feeling that I get. She goes, I don't like it. She goes, I absolutely don't like it. She goes, I'm scared to go outside. And I said, don't be afraid, they won't hurt you. And I said, if they haven't hurt you by now, they're not going to. Then she jumped up and she went, she goes, you think they're killing the cats? And I was like, no, probably the coyotes are. I didn't want to tell her there's a possibility that it were. But we got an idea. We're going to convert the chicken coop into a cat palace. So that way they're closed in at night, and there's a fenced area. It's all fenced in. And that way her precious kitties won't get, eaten. Pretty good idea, eh? early. I don't have any problems. I've got really acute hearing, Cher. I don't have any problems with my ears. If they're not so nice, I get a pretty... Yeah, well, you live in the country, that's why, Tony. If they're not so nice, I get a pretty bad feeling, but normally I don't get that feeling. Yes, Cher, elaborate. What kind of ear issues? Hey, Digga. That's okay. Do your chores. Home comes first. See, this is a great place for people to share what happens to them. You know, when these guys are around. Some things other people may never know. Tell them, Laura. Get to work, Digga. Dang. You're playing. Hey, we had the helicopters tonight, too, earlier. I wonder if they're going to come back. Yo, Cher. Or are you typing? You get ear pain when they're outside? What do you mean, like a sharp pain in your ears, or a ringing, or like you're in a plane? What kind of pain? I don't get the ringing in my ears. Is yours blood pressure, Ramona? I don't know. I have no idea, Tony. What kind of bird? You have fluid behind your ears? Do they know what it's from? We got to work on that, Ramona. Everybody needs their hearing. I wonder, but I hear a howl, but it's pretty far away. Someplace back in Chaffee. Right, that's why I asked earlier, did anybody hear that? Because that's the same noise I heard earlier. I didn't know what it was. I'll address that on the next med chat, okay, Ramona? Because I'll get you some information. Oh yeah, I wonder. I got some juveniles close by playing. Well, they've gone kind of quiet right now. Probably because I went live. Go back to the very beginning of this, and you'll hear some of it. Wonder. You don't know what, Quinn? Yeah, they're pretty active tonight. Good day, Matt. Thought you were going to go to bed. Whatever. Well, for those of you that just came on in the beginning when I first turned this on, I whistled and they'd whistle. I'd click and they'd click. So they were doing some interactions, you know, before I went live. So I caught some of it, but then they kind of quit. So I don't know if they're hiding now. I don't know, Tony. I know there's at least two of them. The other night was great when they were playing in the leaves because it sounded like they were dragging. The guy across the street had just gotten a truckload of, and they were bags of rocks, you know, like the lava rocks. And they had all set them up, and it sounded like they were emptying out all the bags. I was laughing so hard. You know, and then it sounded like they were dragging something, you know, and they weren't dragging nothing either. And then and then it sounded like leaves, but it ended up being leaves, and maybe they could have emptied out some bags, I don't know, but the piles of leaves that the guy across the street did, because I guess he's going to do some landscaping work. But all the leaf piles that were all in nice big piles were all over his front yard. He was none too happy, so he went out there with a blower and started putting them back in bunches. So maybe these guys tonight will go back out and play in the leaves. That'll be fun. I know. You guys probably, I'm sure you guys hear a lot better than I do because you have headphones on, but I can tell you right now there is one that's pretty darn close because not only can I feel them, but every once in a while I hear one step. Just one little step. which tells me it's not a cat or a possum or a raccoon or nothing like that, because it's just one step at a time. Almost trying to be quiet. And Juvies aren't that good at being quiet. Good. Hey, everybody in the chat, meet Tony. Tony and I spent some time talking, well, actually, texting back and forth last night. Learned a lot about each other and about his property and stuff like that. So, welcome, Tony, and hope to see more of you. And anytime you have any questions, this is a good place to ask. We have some pretty knowledgeable people in here. Yeah, the kind of a bluish color. Yeah, that's old Blue Eyes. That's a juvenile. Now you sound like me, Matt. I know nothing. See, now he's walking. Told you I heard you out there. Definitely a younger one. Can't be the big boy. Dang, I've been live for an hour. Because it's time, Cher. My belief, because it's time. They are ancient guardians of this planet. When crap's about ready to hit the fan, they come out. That's my belief. I've listened to too many First Nations people that have explained that they come out in droves when things are about to happen, whether it's whether you consider it an ice age or like a tornado or not tornado, a big earthquake or anything. I don't care what kind of, but some kind of major catastrophe. That's when these guys come out. Their job is to protect the earth. I don't know if they're to protect us. I don't really think so, but that's what their job is. They're guardians. So when they start coming out, crap's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Can't tell you what, though. Yeah, they're talking about the New Madrid, They're talking about the... Go check it out, Tony. They're talking about the New Madrid. They're talking about breaking open some of the dams to let the water flow in, which would flood basically the Mississippi River. They're talking about Yellowstone. There's a lot of things they're talking about. They're talking about the new sinkholes and how they believe that fracking is put in positional places to start all this to happen. I mean, the controversy goes on and on and on and on. And I don't really know which one's the truth, which one's a lie. I don't know anything about it. But I do know if any of those events happen, there will definitely be a lifestyle change for the USA. Okay, Laura. Yeah, you never know. I mean, they could kind of warn us about certain things because their intent is to do it at some point, and they want to prepare to see how many people are going to freak out and be stupid about it or run to the hills. Then on the other hand, it could be a leak, and on the other hand, it could be just people that want to scare other people. I should have been quiet. Did you hear that? Come on. Come on, babies. Mabichi, I hear you. Are you hearing this? Is anybody hearing this? What was what me? No, that noise was outside. That's what I was saying. Did anybody else hear that? There's that monkey chatter again. Or are you talking about the whistle? No, that's outside. That's what I was talking about. And the walking in the leaves. Tonight's the last night of dryness, though. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days. Almost like a, almost like a squirrel or something. Yeah, I heard without the headphones too. I don't have headphones on. I wish I could use that night eyes with going live. I wish I could do the two together. It won't let me though. It's like a night vision program. Chores done, Queen. What's freaky? That's my stomach. What, Matt? What did I miss? Why does it sound like there's only wind in one little teeny area? There's no, my leaves right here aren't moving. Are you guys hearing that? Or we can talk about diabetes next med chat too. Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of wind, but I'm looking right here. I've got a tree right in front of my window, and it's a little tree. So there's little teeny leaves, and they're not moving. So what the heck was that? That sounded like the wind blowing. That was just downright freaky. Higher wind? Well, something would be moving. You like those leaves, don't you? Huh? Are you going to answer me? Does that sound quadruped, guys, or bipedal? Oh, wait a minute. Now I got a cat right below me in the leaves, trying to get away. Dang it. Stupid cat is right. Will you get out of there? Messed up my hearing. I can't hear the one in the front of me. But this cat here is trying to get in my front door. Does the walking out there in front of me, guys, sound quadruped or bipedal? Now that you heard the cat, and that's quadruped. Matt, you've had too much to drink if it sounds like an octopus. Yeah, I heard that too, Tony. What time is it, guys? 2 o'clock? Yeah, I wish I was better at the technical stuff because there's so much I hear in some of my videos when we're talking and stuff. I wish I could just get them and play them. Yeah, okay, 2:07. There's a bunch of night owls. What are you doing? Yeah. Are you going to say something? Geese. Hello? Hello? Hi, Greg. Woo! Woo! No, there's no trampoline around here. Oh my goodness, my daughter, when she was 6, the neighbor next door asked if my daughter can come over and play with her daughter on the trampoline. And they were bouncing around, and they don't jump very high or nothing at 6 years old. Her daughter, they had just moved in. And so I stood at the gate and I watched, and they were bouncing around, jumping around, having a good time. And the little girl fell on top of my daughter, and my daughter started crying real bad. So it was like, maybe she'd hit her in the head or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, my daughter had her, when she lifted her head up, she had her hand on her eye. And here this little girl had accidentally poked my daughter in the eye, and her pupil was bleeding. Had to rush her to the hospital. I have never allowed my kids to be on a trampoline since. I was like, heck no. She could have lost her eye. It was an accident, but just that much, that little bit right there almost destroyed my daughter's eyesight. She had to sleep sitting straight up for 4 days. Yeah, so I don't like trampolines. Not for little kids, When you're older, it's one thing, but when you're little, I don't think it's safe. Quiet, Matt. Hey, it might save somebody else's kid. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. That bites. I heard something running away. Yeah, so I'm the killjoy, huh? You did not, Matt. You did? Really? Boy, you're just a bunch of broken bones. Yeah, I don't like trampolines at all. You know, the little ones for exercising are fun, you know, if you know how to use it and you're not clumsy, you know, then they're a lot of fun. It's great to get your blood pressure up, you know, if you want to get your heart rate up, you know, exercise. They're a lot of fun. But the big ones, to me, are just dangerous. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys if it sounds quadruped or biped. Because if it's biped, it's the two younger ones out front in the leaves. If it's quadruped, it could be a cat, but I can't see it. Yeah, it is hard to tell. What I do is I put the pool by the back porch, and then had the kids jump off the roof into the pool. My husband had about had a stroke, and he said, "No more of that. They fall off there, they're going to break their necks." But we had fun for a while it lasted. I know they come in the front yard, and I know they come close, and I know they have no problem with making noise. But I also know that we have cats out here, and there's little critters running around, so I can't really tell what it is. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know for a fact that they're out here playing. But it certainly sounds to me like, it sounds like the other night, and those were not cats the other night playing in all the leaves. Definitely the thumps of the feet told you otherwise. Hello? Yeah, if it was a big hog rooting around, that would make sense, you know, because I've heard that before, but I don't have a big hog in my front yard. You know, it just sounds too heavy to me to be cats. And if it was deer, you definitely would hear the four legs on a deer. I mean, I've heard them before I saw them and knew it was a deer walking by. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or deer. Because there's plenty of deer around here, too. But why would the deer be playing right in front of me? And then run across the street, and then run back here, and then run across the street and run back here. That just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? I actually heard it, you know, a little while ago where it ran back across the street. Yeah, if I had a leaf pile, it'd be different if they walked through it, because then you'd hear all those leaves. But I don't have any leaf piles. The whole, just the ground cover is dead leaves, because it hasn't rained in a while. See, now it's walking back this direction from the street. It just doesn't make any sense. Come on. Come on, babies. See what I mean? A click back. Crap. Oh my gosh, it scared the daylights out of me. This cat's trying to climb in the tree to get up here to the window. Oh my gosh. You scared the bejesus out of me, you dummy cat. I wish I could show you guys the cat. He's sitting here now, staring right out there towards my truck. No, but if I called the cats babies, and they would start, you would hear them meowing. I don't call anybody babies except for these guys. I want to scare that cat so bad. Make it jump up in the air. Too bad I have a screen on here. Whoa. Hello? Whoa. Now looky there. I got a possum right under my window now. That's a possum. Look at you, you ugly thing. No, it's not. It's not. Oh my gosh, that's an armadillo. Oh, how cute is that? Oh my goodness. That's an armadillo. He just came through my bushes. Rick's sleeping. Are you kidding me? Now, that little teeny thing, did you hear all that noise that little thing made? But of course, that's right here under my window. Pretty noisy, huh? Oh man, he's huge. I can't believe how huge that thing was. That was a big old fat armadillo. Hey, Joe. Yeah, he roots up my yard. I'm gonna tell my son. My son doesn't like possums, but he loves watching the armadillos. We've been here 20 some odd years, and he's only seen one armadillo on the road. If I was to call him right now, I would tell him Sasquatch pet. Yeah, no doubt. I was like, what the heck is that? It was coming really close. And then I saw it. Sorry, what, Ramona? What'd I miss? Oh, I hate possums. They get into my trash. Then I go take the lid, try to go take the lid off, and the thing screaming, just hisses at me. You go to sleep, Matt. You a mama armadillo? yeah, they like ticks. Oh, yeah. Hey, Cryptid, how are you? You have bamboo? Hey, Cryptid, you ought to go back to the beginning of this live chat and listen to what was going on when I first started. It was wild. Oh, yeah. We have armadillos in Arkansas. We have all kinds of stuff in Arkansas. Hey, John. We got all kinds of stuff here. And I actually told somebody once, I said, because I used to have ferrets. And when I first moved here to Arkansas, I said, hey, we were driving down the road. I said, what IDOT drives 35 minutes to go to a grocery store? You know, because I lived in the city all my life, right? So, anyways, we had to drive home. And on the way there, I told him, I said, oh my gosh, I said, you have ferrets here? Wild ferrets? Oh, I was laughing so hard. They were laughing at me, actually. But, yeah, they look just like ferrets. Saw one run across the road. I was like, somebody's ferret got loose. I'm having the same problem, Quinn. If someone doesn't tell me they're going live, I actually have to keep refreshing my YouTube. Oh, there's no bear here, Melody. The bear is up down there in Oklahoma on my property. It's not here. I mean, I've seen, they say there's, cougars here, but all I've seen here is bobcat, coyotes, deer, armadillos, skunks, possums, raccoons, snakes, wild ferrets. Oh my gosh, it's a wild ferret. And my son and I were arguing over the birds today because he thought that what he was looking at was some kind of hawk, and I told him it was a turkey buzzard. He said, no, no, no. He said, Mom, it's too big, and look at the head. And I said, no, it is a buzzard. He said, no, it's too big. It was a buzzard. Wild bird. Yeah. My owl hasn't been around a couple days. I'm starting to miss him. Yeah, buzzards are big. He said it had to be a hawk. It wasn't a hawk. It was a buzzard. Oh, Rick was just telling everybody that, and of course then he dropped his channel. I mean, he dropped his live chat. I had no intention on going live tonight. I went to bed. I went to bed at midnight. I figured I'd lay down for a while and get my stomach to stop hurting. And I laid there and laid there and laid there, and I was like, and then all of a sudden I got that feeling, and I was like, oh, okay, well, they're here, so might as well come up. Yeah, he certainly did, Matt. He knew exactly what he was doing. Rick's a bad, bad boy. Hey, Nita. That's why I call him an egg. He's a scrambled egg. No, I won't do that. I love it when Rick goes live, especially when I can tell you right now, I bet you he's so disappointed because he's not getting the action he normally gets. Now that he's got a new neighbor, I'm wondering if the boogers haven't gone down to his neighbors for a while. Earlier, Nita. Right now, it's kind of quiet. So this is just the night owl chat until we hear something. Had an armadillo come by. And of course the cat. Then something in the yard. I'm pretty sure the little ones are around somewhere. Honestly, well, I've already told this to Rick, so I'm not saying anything behind his back or nothing. But honestly, the more you change, guys, of your natural routine, the less action you're going to get from your Sasquatch. That's one of the reasons why I don't have a whole bunch of videos about Oklahoma on my channel. I just walk around during the day. I don't have anything at night because all my action's at night. I'm just kind of showing you guys the property, and maybe you might see one here or there, but I don't say anything about it. But I do the same thing every time because I get so much activity up there. They're up there all the time, and they come up to the windows, they play in the front area, you can see that area during the daytime shots. They play at night, but I don't, I just do the same thing all the time. And so they do, they play around, and they get brave, and they get where they're not, they trust me. I'm not going to, if I have a camera, I'm going to show them I got the camera, and I'm going to tell them I'm going to go for a walk with my camera. But at night, you don't see me filming. Nope, Rick's got a neighbor that apparently has been having some action, so I think they're down there bugging him for a while. But I know Rick misses his activity. He still gets some, but not like he did. But I know he'll come back, because they like him. Yeah. So, but here, like I said, at night, I didn't expect any of this. This is all kind of new. And yeah, if I do the same thing all the time, they'll get comfortable with me as long as I don't do anything different. But if I start changing stuff, then they'll just go away. And the more new stuff Rick comes out with, or the changes that he does, the less, they're just unsure. They don't know what they are. He took down some of the game cameras, which was good. But yeah, you're right, Tony. They're curious of his neighbor. Right now, I don't know if the neighbor's got kids. I don't know anything about it. Rick hasn't said a whole bunch, but they got more than one, and maybe they have food out, and the guy doesn't realize that he's feeding them. And that'll all, until he gets mad. But you never know what happens. I hope for Rick's sake, that they come back, and spend more time with him. Yeah, the spring mushrooms, mushroom hunting. The ramps are out, they're starting to sprig. There's a lot of stuff that's growing right now. The trees are all budded here. Even my pear and my peach trees are all budded. My apple trees have budded. Not that I've ever got to have an apple off my tree, though, because they eat them all. Oh, I see eye shine. You see where the little teeny light is above the bright light, guys? in the exact same space, but exact same place, but on the opposite side. If you look in that little area, you'll catch a brief eye shine. I caught it once. It's like they look around that tree and go away or something. I can't really see that tree from here yet. That's... I don't see the moon either. I don't even know what the moon phase is right now. Doesn't look like it's very bright. Yeah, to the left of the light and above. Oh yeah. Hey, Central. Morels. Yep. I found a couple morels up there. I can't believe we have lion's mane up on the property. I'm so stoked. The only thing I haven't found on the property yet is the maitake mushrooms. You know, I can dry those and actually give them to people that need them. Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's a big, huge disclaimer. If you don't know what you're looking for, do not harvest any mushrooms. They are deadly. There's so many deadly lookalikes. That light's 6 foot. Oh yeah. There's copycat chanterelles, there's copycat morels, there's copycat, a lot of the mushrooms out there have copycats that are deadly, you know, so I would never go out and pick mushrooms. What? Quinn? Okay, okay, thank you, Ramona. I will go out and I'll show people the right mushrooms. And on my video, I've shown a couple times where we were out mushroom hunting, and the kids say, "Is this edible? Is this edible?" And I said, "Nope, don't touch those. Nope, don't touch those." Puffballs are pretty easy to identify, and around our area in Oklahoma, there's not a lot of lookalikes that are dangerous. Lion's mane, there's no lookalikes that are dangerous down there, so you can pick them. Chanterelles, there's a lot of dangerous ones, so you don't want to pick them unless you know them. Yes, morels are hollow in the middle. Maitake, hen of the woods, chicken of the woods. You know, there's so many out there. The turkey tail has a look-alike, false turkey tail. If you get the wrong one, you know, some of these mushrooms, I'm telling you, all you got to do is touch it, you know, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can get, you know, poisoned easy. So I would not mushroom hunt unless you go with somebody that's absolutely positively certified in knowing, you know, their mycelium. So I would not touch mushrooms with a 10-foot pole unless you knew what you were doing. I don't know all of them. I'll just know the ones that I definitely know, and those are the only ones I touch. You know, most animals have an innate sensibility about mushrooms. Yeah, I threw some spores out last year, hoping that they'd take of the lion's mane. I just crumbled up a bunch. Yeah, there's a couple mushroom places on Facebook, but if they're not indigenous to your area, it's worthless. You have to, there's one guy that used to take people out in Oklahoma, you know, and show them the wild edibles, and that's definitely well, they eat mostly cat poop, though. They showed them the wild edibles and the mushrooms, and then I tried to reach the guy. He told me to come out once, and then when I tried again to reach him, you know, he wouldn't answer, so I don't know if he's, I know he was older. I don't know if he's passed or... but I will, one of these days I'll go ahead. I was going to do a video just on wild edibles, but it doesn't help people that don't live in Oklahoma. You know, because some of the plants in Ohio don't, you know, look like the plants in Oklahoma, but the ones in Ohio could be deadly. You gotta always gotta go by, what is around your area. I can do what for you? No, he was really pretty old, so I'm not sure. Very skinny, very sickly looking. Oh yeah, Ramona, I can show you the edibles. I actually thought about having my son camcord me in my kitchen and showing you guys how to make decoctions out of like dandelion and some of the other stuff. Or wild lettuce, and show you how to make the pain medicine with wild lettuce. I was thinking about doing a couple of those videos. But I need someone to hold the camera that looks at what I'm doing, not my face. And my husband would have a tendency just to look at my face. Unless I get one of those stands, and then I can face it towards what I'm doing and then, go from there. Poke salad's fine. You have to cook it 3 times. It doesn't have any medicinal purposes, but if you don't cook it at least 3 times, quiet man. A lot of people have real bad stomach issues with them. Oh, Ramona, don't use dandelions for soap. Oh my goodness. The medicinal properties of dandelions are incredible. And are you a coffee drinker, Ramona? Hey, Rick. Because if you're a coffee drinker, you can take the root and actually make, yeah, it is good for eczema. But you can make it. Ew, Matt, quiet. You actually make a tea, but it tastes just like coffee. It's really good. I roast mine. It's incredible. And the health benefits are absolutely awesome. But you can take dandelion and rub your hands together, get the oils off, and put it on bites. Whatever. You guys haven't seen my face. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you have. Whatever. Those are old pictures, so we won't discuss those. Where are you guys? How'd it feel on your tick bite, Matt? Stuff works great. I was say, what's RF? Shh, Ramona. Shh. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff right there in your yard you guys could use. Most people will run to the doctor or run to the medicine cabinet to get triple antibiotic and a Band-Aid, which is the worst thing you could possibly do. Triple antibiotic isn't going to do squat for you. There's too many things out there otherwise you can use that'll actually work. Look at Lizzie's knee. By the time she was up there on the property with me for 4 days, and she had a brown recluse bite. By then it should have been so, necrotic at that point. And by the time we got her to the hospital, he asked. What about these people's flowers in my yard? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, you're going to elaborate on that. But the hospital asked her, they said, how long have you had this? And she said, about a week. And they were like, oh my gosh, well, what'd you put on it? What'd your parents put on it? She said, my grandma put some stuff on it. And they said, what stuff? What's the little yellow flowers close to the ground? Good. Okay, you guys are confusing me. Okay, look, you have to take pictures of the flowers and send them because not all of them are the same in every area. Your little yellow flowers there could be different than my little yellow flowers here. And Ramona, your purple flowers, there's some really pretty purple flowers, but then there's some other ones, you know, that, like I was just going to say that, Matt, that are like, they're called red clover. You know, there's a lot of different ones, so I'd have to see a picture of it. But you have my, you know, you can go ahead and send it to my email and I'll tell you what it is. If I know. I mean, if you're in another state, I might not be able to tell you. I know it's around here. Are they pretty purple little flowers, 4-petaled, 4 or 3? You gotta send me pictures, guys. If you want me to identify them for you, you gotta send me pictures. Because I can't really tell you on here. Woo! There's so many, oh my gosh, there's so many edibles, they're crazy. Purslane's another one that people pull out of their yards, especially their driveways, because they think that they're a weed that are worthless, and that stuff is, I'd pay money to have purslane. There's so many edibles. I hear you. Night, Laura. You keep imitating me while I'm talking. Why do you do that? I think they're funny. I get to jaw jack, and the next thing you know, I hear something. There's that eye shine again. Tony, what are you talking about? Whoop. Buttercups. Yeah. Hey, Bob, how are you? How you doing, hon? You behaving yourself, Bob? Okay. Sounds good. Whoop. Yeah, be careful with belladonna. Not for everybody. I need coffee. I'll be right back. Don't go away, y'all. Pay attention. Call them from there. You guys call them. Hemlock. Oh boy, here we go. Now we have almost all of our comedians tonight. You guys don't listen to them. I'll be right back. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Oh yeah, if you want to keep away ants, mice, scorpions, spiders, then plant peppermint around your house because they don't like them. My wrenches are all comedians. Good grief. They do not like them. You can plant peppermint all around your house and you won't have any, because they do not, hey Fancy, they do not like peppermint at all. I use a hot water and peppermint oil spray around the tops of my doors to keep the spiders from building their webs there. Henbit, okay. Nope, doesn't depend on the spider at all. The oil stays there, and they don't like the smell of it, and they certainly, if you find a spider web, spray the oil on it. They don't like that at all. Oh my gosh, my crew. I use diatomaceous earth in the areas where there's possible brown recluse spiders. Now what was that? Yeah, I don't mind spiders outside the house at all. I've got a real pretty tarantula in my backyard. Yep, peppermint will get rid of them. They don't like peppermint. Even snakes don't like peppermint. You won't find any spider webs in the peppermint plants. Roaches use What's that stuff called? I'm trying to think of the name of that stuff. You can use diatomaceous earth, the food grade, but you gotta be careful. But I'm trying to think, what is that stuff called? I used it years ago. It was called Babo. But scouring powder. What's that stuff called? You know what I'm talking about? Scouring powder that you pour. Oh. Ramona, do you know what I'm talking about? Comes in a Ajax. That's it. Thank you very much. You can put Ajax in Comet. Yeah. Borax too. Borax will dry out certain things. You can get rid of fleas, ticks, all kinds of stuff with borax. But but with the Comet, you want to put the Comet in all the little corners, you know, that the wet corners, like underneath your sinks and stuff. But on the rest of your house, what you need to do is you can take the borax, you lay it down, especially if you have carpeting, you let it sit, you know, for at least minimum 48 hours, vacuum it up, put more down, wait 3 days, then vacuum it up. And it'll kill the eggs and the roaches and stuff like that. But I would put Comet or Ajax or whatever around the places that are wet, like in your bathroom and your kitchen, you know, and it will kill them. It'll kill the roaches. I like diatomaceous earth better than anything because, yeah, mainly because the animals won't die if they eat it. But if it's inside the cupboards, it's not going to hurt the dogs. The dogs aren't going to go inside the cupboards. No, thank you. Everybody here besides me would have heart attacks if we had tarantulas. Well, yeah, but that's not food grade diatomaceous earth. We're talking about the food grade that you can actually eat. And I would use in my gardens. I use diatomaceous earth, coffee grounds, and Epsom salts. Hedge apples. Yep, hedge apples too. You guys are smart. See? That's why I love this channel. Everybody help everybody. Give them idea. I wouldn't use anything but food grade. I would never touch anything but food grade. You can use it for your pool, true, but I wouldn't use diatomaceous earth unless it was food grade. But if you inhale it, it's a good way to die. I put diatomaceous earth, 1/8 of a teaspoon in my apple cider vinegar or in my drinks, coffee, tea, whatever, once a week. If you have any parasites, which I promise you most people do, 99.9% of all Americans or 99.9% of all people basically have parasites, then when you go to the bathroom after a week of doing diatomaceous earth, you are going to think you birthed an alien because it will kill them. If you do the diatomaceous earth, you have to follow it with lemon, some kind of citrus, lemon or lime, and then you have to follow that with lots and lots and lots of water. But yeah, you will think you birthed an alien because all that stuff will die, and then you will feel so sick when you're passing it. But once it's passed, you'll have a lot more energy and stuff. It is creepy, but it works. And diatomaceous earth will take a lot of the metal toxins out of your liver. It's not a protocol that everybody needs to do, but I mean, everybody should do it, but you need to know how to do it. If you don't do it right, you can cause yourself a lot of pain. So you got to do it right. And I'd start out very, very small. It's funny, Tony. I don't know. That's what I'm listening for, Anita. You guys just need to get healthy. You do this, just a couple times a year once you've done it, and you'd be surprised how much energy you'll have. How much less medication you'll have to have if you detox your liver and your intestines. Don't forget those areas rule your body. Yeah, play on words. Outcome. Oh, Matt. You guys are killing me. I hear the howling again, but it's pretty far in too, Chaffee. I wonder if they're going to come here. Yeah. All my wrenches are comedians. Oh, you guys killed me. Yeah, I was too, Melody. Until the stomach thing started. About knocked me for a loop. Woo! Woo! Yeah, between you and the one who has the satellite, I have nothing to worry about. Matt's got his satellite going. Oh my goodness. Another comedian. Sounds like a monkey. No, mental issues are actually healthy issues. If you're not mental, you're not right. Yep. Can you hear that, Tony? I'm waiting for them to laugh like I do. Well, that'll really freak me out. Thank the Lord. What, Quinn? I thank him all the time. Okay, Bob. That light is just a that light is just one of those yard lights. It stands about 6 foot tall, and the little light behind it is a reflection off my truck. And then all the lights up on top of the screen you see that are totally in a row are the neighbors across the street. Well, it better be a clean joke, or I'll have to come to Germany and slap you. You hush. We got it, Bob. No, I wish you'd come home. Don't be throwing stuff. Well, the sooner we get my scrubs working, the sooner I'll be able to travel. And I can't do what you asked me to do yet, Bob. That requires something I don't have. It has to do with Nevada. Yeah, I know, but like I said, it requires something I don't have right now, so you have to wait. One thing at a time. Nope, the armadillo's gone. I got a little rock tossed. Armadillos can't throw rocks. And I can tell from the direction where I'm sitting, listening, that it's somewhere back behind my truck. That's right, they don't have any thumbs. Come on, guys. Come on, babies. Ouch. No, Bob, I'm not. It just makes me mad because here this weekend... No, Rick. Yeah, I'm sure it did. This weekend, when I wanted to go outside and sleep in the back of my truck or in the tent, it's supposed to rain. Welcome back, Ramona. We're supposed to have thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow, which is going to really tick me off. I don't know what that was. Walking right behind my truck, which is 40 some odd feet away. Maybe 50. No, about 40. Yeah, I know. I want to hear it. Sandy asked me, she goes, when are you coming back? And I said, I don't have any idea. The next 2 weekends are supposed to be thunderstorms. can't go during the week because my husband will have a meltdown. And Lizzie's in school. And he won't let me go alone. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Dang, one thing I hate about GERD is the cough. When my stomach starts acting up or my GERD starts acting up, I just cough. I can feel the burn. And smoking don't help. Yeah, I don't wake up with a smoker's cough in the morning. I cough at night when I lay down when the GERD goes up my throat. And if I've smoked too much during the day, I'll cough at night like I am doing now. That's what I say, Ramona. Oh my gosh, if I lost 100 pounds, I'd be 24 pounds. Well, I found something that works for the GERD, but I just started it, so I don't know if it's actually going to stay that way. But slippery elm, it's called slippery elm. I'm taking that and a probiotic and my manuka honey, and I'm putting it in my water, shaking it up, maybe I'd say about 4 ounces of water, shaking it up and then drinking it, and it pretty much gets rid of my GERD for about an hour. So I don't know if I need to do more. I'm experimenting with it right now, but I didn't have GERD all day today. Not until just now. Just until like maybe 10-15 minutes ago when it started. So I'm getting ready to go make myself a concoction again. Worked pretty well. Tastes like crap, but works. I just opened the capsules and poured in my drink. No, I can't afford to lose weight either. I was about 150 pounds, and that felt good to me, you know. Quiet Bob. I bet you my stomach's about the size of a peanut right now since I didn't eat very well. If you guys make a fist with your hand, that's how big your stomach is. Yeah. No. Right now I'll keep my cigarettes until I move. I don't have any other vices. Nope, that was my stomach. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, tell me you heard that. Tell me you heard that. Oh my gosh. Do you know, Quinn, I haven't had steak in years. Come on, do it again. Yep. Good morning. Is it Jessica? Red eyes or back to the left or... Whoa. Do you hear that? Sounds like a dang monkey. What was that? What animal makes that noise? Now, Bob, now you heard it. That's what I was talking about last time you were on. It sounds like a monkey. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about the monkey sound, you goofball. Not the walking. Is there any small animal that makes that kind of noise? Not the leaves, the chatter noise. Is there any animal that makes that noise that you guys know of? What, Melody? Yeah, no, not the walking, the noise. Foxes can make that noise? Besides, yeah, I know baby Sasquatches make that noise. We don't have kookaburras here. I'm telling you, it sounds like a baby monkey. It sounds like a monkey. Woo! Woo! I have no idea. I have no idea if it's a raven. I have no idea if it's a squirrel. I have no idea what it is. I can't see it, but I keep hearing it. If someone tells me, hey, I know that that's what a squirrel sounds like, although I've heard squirrels, then I'll believe you. If you tell me a possum makes that noise, okay, I'll believe you. I don't know, I just don't know what it is because I've never heard that noise before. Keep an eye out during the day for what, Rick? Okay, Bob, got it. I'll just say, okay, guys, there's a squirrel noise again. No, I've never heard it, Rick, during the day either. I've never heard that sound before. Oh, no, Fancy, I would never do that. Never. I don't shine lights. I don't tree knock. I don't do any of that stuff. I sit here and I listen. I let them come to me. It could be. I need to hear it so I can say, yep, that's what it is. So actually, when I'm done here, I'll get on the internet and I'll start looking up the sounds. Make them mad? Yes, Rick, I believe it does make them mad. I believe a lot of the howls and stuff like that makes them angry too. Those howls could be a one telling another where a hunt is, or to get coyotes to go in a certain direction away from them into a an area where they're going to trap, their prey or something. And if you do it, you can set them off. I mean, we don't know. We don't know enough about these guys to be doing the stuff that they do. I make the little noises I make, but I've been doing it from square one. Right, Tony, it sounds chimpy. That's what I said. It sounds like a monkey. Are you going to come closer? Come on, babies. Come on, babies. It's okay. Come on. I'll get you, though. You think I can't hear you? I can. I don't even know how to make chimp sounds. I would sound like a bumbling idiot. I know a friend of mine made a monkey call in Honaby. No. You're funny, Rick. And the eye shine turned from a yellowish color to a red color. I mean, like quickly. And then he said, okay, time to go. That thing got mad. It was shaking trees. Oh, my Lord. Apparently, they don't like that very much. I mean, like, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. That's right. Because they're not monkeys. They don't like it. It's almost like they're going, how dare you? I think Sasquatch are a people. If you spent all your life in the woods, I think you'd be kind of animalistic also. But I think they're a... What the heck was that? Hello? I think they're people. I don't think they're ape at all. Their facial features kind of look apish, but you know how you can distinguish somebody from different parts of the world, right? Slanted eyes, Neanderthal looking heads. Yeah, I call them a people. Why, Nita? Yeah, they're coming close. I think the closest thing you could possibly think or place them is from everything I've listened to, it's not the Neanderthal. I think it's the Gigantopithecus. I think that's what it is. They were the most human-like. Very tall, squared teeth, you know, the basics. I don't know about interdimensional fancy. I have I don't have an opinion of that. I have no idea if they're I don't even know what's interdimensional. Oh, dang. See, I start yapping, they start making noise. Woo! And they consider that the woo factor, and I just don't know enough about it. You know, I really don't, to give you my opinion. I've never seen one go into a portal. I've never seen one disappear. You know, I've never seen any of that. I got kitties on the roof. My cats are on the roof, guys. Gigantopithecus. The only reason I'm saying Gigantopithecus is because it's the only thing that looks close enough. You know, I mean, some of the other stuff doesn't even come close, in my opinion, you know. But I still think they're an ancient people. And I just have to, I tend to agree with most of the indigenous people from here, you know, in their cave drawings and stuff. You know, your First Nations people all say that they are a tribe, that they are a people. There's that monkey noise again. Yeah, look at the size of the teeth, though. Right, Rick. I mean, we can all have our opinions, and we could all be right and wrong. No, I don't know if we're ever going to know. Are you hearing that? Because they have nothing else that's that large. What is it doing? Yeah, Robert knows. I miss him so much. You didn't do what I told you to do, did you, Nita? Are you doing it every night? Are you wrapping your feet before you go to bed? Oh, no, I don't agree with that, Matt. I mean, that part of Giganto, I'm talking about just the size and the shape of the face. I'm not talking about them. They're actually, I said, that's what they look like. I mean, to me, that's the closest thing I said that looks like them. I don't think they actually, ooh, hold on a second. I gotta kill a spider. Get off. You are not biting me tonight. How dare you? Toe towards the skin, soaking, wrapping. Not toe towards the skin. Yeah, the toes, your feet. No, I just killed him. How dare he crawl on me? I don't know what kind of spider it is, but I got a spider here that I'm allergic to. It's a little house spider. Things bite me and oh my gosh, it looks like I got bit by I don't know what, but I swell up like crazy, and we're talking little teeny tiny spiders. You know those little teeny tiny white house spiders? I am so allergic to those things, and I'm not allergic to anything. Nothing else. I'm wondering why they're not acting like they did when I first got on. I whistled, they whistled. I mouth popped, they mouth popped. I don't know. I guess a portal opened and just dumped them out. All sizes. Told you I have no idea. I just think there are people. My vacuum cleaner likes bugs too. Oh heck, Rick, I have no idea. I know there's a three-toe down there in Oklahoma. Arkansas, everybody that I've talked to, or the people that I worked with, that one guy in southern Arkansas that I talked to that was having such a hard time, he said his looked like they had Down syndrome, where Boo and the rest of them don't look like they have Down syndrome. They're more the Patty type, but they don't have real... See, there it is again. Yes, they're more like Patty. Tell me you stinking heard that. Oh my gosh. Right, Fancy? Hello? Stay, Ima? It's just kicking my butt. Sounds like a monkey. Watch me get online and look up animals and find out it's some little critter that makes that noise. Yeah, but how did they breed to get the way that they are? See, all those questions are good questions. Hey, Greg, there's a lot of good questions out there, you know? I mean, we all have them. We all have our own opinions, but there's... It's armadillo chatter. There's so many variants, you know? I mean, I have no idea. Guys, I don't know what they are. Did someone look up armadillo chatter? They tried back in the day to inbreed chimps with humans, and they never survived. This has got to be a God thing. There's no way that this living creature could be as variable as they are, as big as they are, strong as they are, as populous as they are, and it be just a hybrid. Something they created. And why would they be on the wall of ancient Aztecs and other places if they were man-made? Or if they interbred? It just doesn't make any. That stuff just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. Did you look it up, Melody? It's an armadillo mating call? I mean, are you serious? Oh, okay. I thought, well, see, I'll believe you. If you tell me that you looked it up, I would believe you and say, okay, guys, that's what it is. It's an armadillo. Mountain giants? Genasqua? Yeah, I've heard of them. Is, there you go again. You got skunk apes, you got yowies, you got mountain giants of the Genasqua, you've got the gugway, you've got the... See, there it goes again. I talk and it chatters. Please tell me you guys are hearing this. And I'll just go back to talking so we can chatter. Why, Mel? It could be inbreeding among the different types of Sasquatches that make them look different, especially the ones that look like they have Down syndrome because they have DNA close to ours. But I'm talking about the origin of them. The origin of them alone. There's just too many differences, and they're all over the world. Well, that just tells you, Melody, where that's where I rank you. If you told me you looked it up and that's what it was, I would believe you without looking it up myself. So, anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. If it was just a government conspiracy and they were making these... Now, I can see the DMs being that way. I can see them, an experiment gone awry because they wanted super soldiers, and then they release them out into the public because they can't control them. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about just certain types that they try to manipulate. But for the most part, I'm sorry, but I believe that these things are God-made. I'm not talking about the DM because I know nothing about it, but I'm talking about the Sasquatch. Are you going to talk to me? Oh, no. Not Bob, not unless the aliens come down and opened up a lab and created them and then disappeared. Okay, now there you go. There's your conspiracy. Oh, and they had to land on the end of the flat Earth in order to get to an area. They had to kind of skid in on their alien spaceships. We can go this all day long. I'll just have fun with conspiracy theories. Oh, and my phone, every time I go to talk to somebody, and especially about Sasquatch, my phone shuts off. I just have way too much fun with this, Rick. I love these guys. I mean, so far I've not had a bad encounter. Not a really bad one. Yes, that's right. They have to get through the dome first. But I want to learn about them. Yep. I want to learn about them. I don't want to sit next to them and have a conversation because, you know, I'd probably pee my pants. But, you know, right now the way I do it, either here or my property in Oklahoma, I'm happy with it. They gift me, I gift to them. You know, we talk back and forth like this. You know, they do stuff. I listen, I giggle, I freak out. I'm happy, I'm content. Ask me questions about what they do or how they are or where they came from or what they're capable of, and I can't tell you. Well, I'll tell you my opinion about why they don't want to spend much time interacting with people. People are dangerous, number one. Yeah, Rick. Number one, they know we have diseases, okay? They know that we lie, that we kill, that we steal. You know, why would they? You know, they're smart, right? Right, Mel? They're smart. They spend as much time out there, but, you know, they watch us, they learn from us. Bye, Matt. Anybody who stays away from the common things that beset us in this world in our lifetimes is smarter than us. You know what I mean? That's right. They know who they can trust. Exactly. That's right, Cher. That much I do agree with. But they know we're not very strong animals. They know it depends on what we have in our hand. And so if we carry around a gun, they know what that gun means. Now, that gun might not do anything to them because, you know, because I think their skin's pretty darn thick. But yeah, I'd like to very much, but it's supposed to rain. But yes, I definitely will. I'm going to wait for Lizzie to have a night off, which we were going to do it tomorrow night, but it's supposed to thunderstorm. So I don't know. But yes, I definitely plan on tenting in my front yard. It's not their way anyway, Rick. From the people I've talked to that habituate like I do, you know, when I'm on the property, or the time that I spend with these guys, and like Rick, that's not even something that I don't even think they know how to do. I mean, I couldn't have I haven't sat down and talked to one and asked them, hey, do you lie? You know, I mean, but just listen to the responses from people that have had one-on-one encounters. You know, it's not excellent hunters. They're very intelligent. They have the ability to think, to decide. You know, to make those choices. You know, they people have said that they, you know, maybe walked up on one and they scared each other, and that Sasquatch will stare at them like until they figure out, you know, what it is they want to do. You know, and then, you know, they're deciding. You know, and then they make up their mind whether to run or to growl or to chase that person. They have to figure it out. Well, what makes them that much different than us? Except we carry guns. Stop throwing crap. Hey. I'm not paying enough attention to you or what? Huh? kicking my butt here. Come on. You're right. Come on, Bob wants to talk to you. Come to the window. Come on. Okay, Elo. He comes up to the window, it's your fault. Yeah, you'll take the blame because I'm here and you're not, bad boy. I hear you, Tony. You know, they're sneaky that way. I mean, they definitely know how to take care of themselves or protect their own. You got one in front of you, you probably have two behind you. Hey, the house is for sale, Rick. I want to move to Oklahoma. Someone buy my house for me here so I can move to Oklahoma. Because my property's there. Up in the Kiamichi Mountains. I got property up there. And I have a whole clan up there that I'm used to. Boo's up there, and I miss him, and he probably misses me. I can feel it all the time. It makes me very sad because I want to go back. I just haven't been able to go back. So I keep telling Sandy to tell him I'm coming sometime or other. Yep, I can feel it. That's where I belong, is up there, not here. But I'm glad these guys have someone to laugh at. I don't know. Tony, I'm going to go live next week. You want to join me on a live chat? Oh, the ones on my property, Rick, they're not hostile at all. They are so subtle. Did you hear me, Tony? I'll go live and you can call in and tell everybody your story. It is impossible to ignore when you feel them. I mean, I've woken up out of sound sleep and knew they were really close by, gotten up and come up here. Yeah, I've got Skype. I'll get you on here, Bob. I'll get Tony on here. Tony's got some great things going on his property. It's up to you, Tony, whether you want to do it or not. I don't want to put you in a spot. You don't have to, honestly. We can just keep talking the way we're talking. It's not a big deal. Me too. Lots of prayers for Tony's wife and daughter. Tony, you still here? I didn't upset you by asking you, did I? If I did, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. The chat goes by so fast, sometimes I miss stuff. It's getting to that bewitching hour, guys. Don't worry about it, Tony. It's fine. About 4:10 is when they'll run off if they're close by. When my son and daughter-in-law start coming up, they get ready to go to work. But yeah, let's do that. Let's get a live chat going. That should be interesting. Yeah, mine, anywhere from, well, it really depends. If Chaffee's making all their racket, then sometimes they get earlier. But about between 1 and 4 o'clock, I usually get pretty good activity. In the last live chat I did, you actually, when my son and daughter-in-law got up, you actually heard them take off running. They're like, oops, they're up. Yep, same as hunting time. Yep, that's right. So maybe they leave their young ones here to be occupied by watching me while they go out and hunt. Oh, guess what? I forgot to tell you guys. My son and daughter-in-law, yesterday, when they went to work, saw a military drone down, well, probably about a quarter of a mile from here. It was going right through the fire break on Chaffee. It was following the fire break. Nope. That's what I said. They better not be hunting them. Yeah, that's what I said. Weird. And my son told my daughter-in-law that's military, because it was huge. That's something else I need to do too. I need to go out and calibrate my drone so I can play with it in my front yard without going into the trees. Well, that's a good idea, Rick. I wouldn't doubt it here either, Cher, because I know they know they're here. I've got friends on the base that have told me. Yeah, but my channel doesn't show anything, so that's why I do it. What are they going to do, bust me for audio? Did anybody go back and try to find that breathing video? Pam's not here. Christy's not here. I want to listen to it since I missed it. Or did we agree that that's one of the videos that disappeared? I would just really like to hear it, you know, because I wasn't here. It disappeared. That's one of the videos that are gone. That figures. It just ticks me off. Well, you can't really protect them from the government since it's on the government property. Fort Chaffee, you get caught on Fort Chaffee, you get shot. They don't ask questions. Before my brother died, he came here to visit and took my grandkids out for a walk. And my grandkids knew better, but my brother didn't. And he walked across the street into a total wooded area and just kept walking. And he was on Chaffee's property. And when they came back, I had a hissy fit. Well, get your butt down there. I don't want to hear it, Bob. You need to get back to the States. Stop giving me grief and just get back here. You're needed here. Oh, I can get me on Chaffee too because I know the fire department there because I worked with them. If I really wanted onto Chaffee, I could get onto Chaffee. It's just my son, my brother and the grandkids didn't need to be walking over there without being given permission. It scared me really bad too. I yelled at them. I don't have an ID, but I can just make a phone call and I can be on the property. I trained on the base on the fire department. And I also worked there for Katrina, you know, as an EMT. So I know a lot of people on the base. Probably won't have any, probably won't be able to do anything, but if I talk to the guys on the fire department, they'd probably, it's not the same as everybody else on the base. Fire department is its own entity. There's that noise again. Oh yeah, I promise you they're on a lot of military bases. If they're a lot of wooded area, depends on how big the base is. But Fort Chaffee is huge. Yeah, this one here is 700,000 acres. They just got through selling off a very tiny portion of it to make some money. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Ramona. You wouldn't believe. I'll just shut up. I won't talk about military anymore. Nope, nope, nope. I'll just shut up. I don't want this one to disappear. Leave my stuff alone. I want to know why they mess with little people like me that are no threat, you know? I mean, seriously. What am I going to do? Time them out? You're in timeout. It's ridiculous. I think they have better things to do. Oh, hello, Eric. Yeah, I sat on top of my, yeah, for practice. That's a good idea. I sat on top of my roof with night vision when the Black Ops were doing the helicopters were doing their maneuvers one night, and then it stopped over the treetops right in front of me, and I'm looking at them, and they're looking at me, and I could see them through my night vision goggles. They're looking right at me, so I just kind of waved and put my goggles down, and they took off, and I was like, oops. I bet you they never expected someone sitting on top of a roof, and I've got a 2-story house. Oh, that was a fun night. My husband was freaking out. He doesn't like me on the roof anyway. It's fun up there. Yeah, well, you'd be surprised what these guys over here do. I called the police one night because I saw headlamps walking through the woods. And I had a cop call me back saying, D? And I said, yeah. And he said, this is me. And I said, what are you doing over there? You know, it was police chief. I said, what are you doing over there? And he said, he goes, just forget about it or ignore it. And I was like, you know what? What was he doing out there? Hunting? This is called Deer Woods, and it's called Deer Woods for a reason. We got the local police chief out there night hunting? Uh-huh. And I know people have gone out their backyard, out their back door, and just shot a deer, and they do it here all the time. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know enough about it. Never been in the military. I'm too much of a brat. There ain't no way. That drill sergeant would yell at me and I'd slap him, and I'd end up being thrown off the base. I'm not real good with authority. Wow. Really? That's cool, Rick. Quiet, Bob. Ooh, you were kicked from the Marines? Yeah, I don't know. It takes a certain certain type of person to be in the military. I'm not one of them. I'd make a really good forensic scientist or something. I love science. Yeah, I don't know. They asked us when we were in high school, you know, they came around back when I was in high school and asked people if they wanted to join the military, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, heck no. Of course, that's when I was wearing all my greaser outfits. I'm sure they didn't look at me twice, or they probably said, ooh, we'd like to get her in the military and beat her up. Oh, listen to me rattle. I miss Boo. Yeah, thank you everybody that did serve. I appreciate your commitment. Put it that way. I don't like what they do to our ex-military here. Don't get me started on that one. Makes me really angry. There's not a reason in the world why there's a vet one that's hungry. We're living on the streets. There's just no reason for it. They should be top priority here. Top priority. Above anybody or anybody else, they should be top priority. They should have free medical. They should have anything that they need until the day they die. They gave their life for our country. They did things that other people wouldn't do. It's ridiculous that they're treated so badly. It just slays me. I can't believe that prisoners get better treatment than our military. Who cares about VA? It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It doesn't matter what they know. That should be all the more reason why they should be taken care of for what they know. People they're just backwards here. Absolutely backwards. Now, I'm not saying everybody that goes into the military for a 4-year trek should come back and be treated like put in a mansion or anything. I'm just saying people would that have been in the military that need something should have it. But one thing they did do that they didn't expect is they created people that would be the first on the list to turn against them if they decided to pull some crap because they know things. That's why you have a lot of a lot of vets that are in the mountains right now, waiting for crap to hit the fan. You're absolutely right, Bob. That's what I'm saying. I would stand with a military vet for his rights before anybody else. It really hurts, doesn't it? It's one subject that would make this one tear up really, really quick. If I see, you know what angers me though, kind of, well, it angers me to see a husband and wife standing on the corner with a sign saying, vets, we need help, we'll work for food type stuff. And not all of them are the same way, but they followed, I guess the news team followed them back to their beautiful brand new truck and RV that they were driving around the country in, and that really is bad for the real vets. Those people will pay for that one day. They're going to have to stand before God and answer for that kind of crap. I wouldn't want to be them. Yep. Absolutely right, Bob. is that? My air conditioner. My air conditioner's trying to kick on. It's a heat pump. Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, I don't want to get into that either. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that's really underhanded here. The Gitmo prisoners that have been released back into the United States. Oh yeah. Okay guys, it's bewitching hour. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I think my husband just got up. Heard the door open downstairs. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. It's Friday, so we'll see what happens tonight. If we don't get rain tonight, then I will put the tent out because Lizzie will be here, and we'll go ahead and camp out tonight in the front yard. And I'll see if I can go live, and if not, I'll just record it and then post it. But I'll let you guys know before I do it whether I can or not, so that way you know whether to join. Okay? Good night, Nelson, Nita. Good night, Melody. Good night, Bob. Matt already went bye-byes. Good night, Tony. Good night, Quinn. Ramona. And I'll get with Bob and Tony next week. We'll set up a day, and we'll go ahead and go live, and I'll get them on Skype, and we'll have a nice conversation between us. Okay, guys? Good night, John. Yes, morning comes quickly. Good night, Rick. Thank you guys all for showing up, and I will talk to you later on, probably tonight. Michael, you too. Everybody.